So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. See, students, your course is wireless network, but before starting the introduction to wireless network, I want you to know something about communication because um, why should we start with communication? You can also आप खुद इस बात को समझ सकते हैं कि do you know what is wireless network? Any idea about it? No, no idea.
Ma'am, there are no wires between communication. This is called wireless network.
Yes, there's the medium, the path through which the network, the overall network that is communicating is not wired, right? There's no physical existence of wire. Everything is wireless. So uh, we are talking about wireless medium. We are talking about wireless channel, right? The wireless path. So this wireless network and this wireless path, this is actually your transmission medium. The term wireless is indicating the path that is wireless, right? So since we are talking about transmission medium, now what is transmission medium? I've already told you it's your path through which the communication is taking place. This is a communication medium. So before going towards the wireless network to the transmission medium to the path, before that, we need to know what is communication. Communications. It's very simple to know what is communication. It's a very easy term. Communication is just the passing of information from one place to another. You can say that communication is expressing your ideas from source to destination, right? Sending your data from source to destination. This is known as communication in simple words. So these all, this wire, you can say wired or wireless, everything we are talking about. You see, every people in this field or in other fields also, whatever, why are they so interested about these all technologies, these all, advancement? What is the main purpose of all these networking? We are talking about mediums, and these network engineers, you people who are studying computer science, the people in information technology, why are they working so hard to advance these technologies? This is just for the sake of communication, because we need to communicate our data in the best possible manner, in the best possible means. So that is why we have to start it with communication, because the aim, the purpose of all these advancement of all these technologies, the course that we are studying, wireless network, this is all the main aim about all these things is just the communication. We need to pass our data from one place to another, from source to destination. So we have to communicate our data. For that purpose, we are so much interested, we are so much influenced with these advancements, with these technologies, that we want our communication to be better day by day, right? So for that, we have just started with the communication. We know what communication actually is. Communication is just, in simple definition, I've already told you a few minutes before, that communication is just the expressing your ideas, expressing your thoughts, or you can say that passing on your data from one place to another, from source to destination, right? Or you can say from sender to receiver. Yeah, these are the simple uh, definition of communication. So let's uh, know about the History of communication. So, the very first source of communication is the smoke signal. Okay, it's a very common. You can say it's a very ignoring thing at this age. That we are talking about the smoke signals, because we have reached to a very high level of communication, but it's the part of the history how the communication started. So we have to see what is smoke signal. Smoke signal is actually the visual form of communication. Visual means which you can see, and you can know that what the message is being communicated, right? So signals is the oldest form of communication, which is a visual form of communication. It was used by ancient China. Now, what they did is, if you know about the Great Wall of China, right? If you have heard about it, so over there, uh, the soldiers were stationed, right, uh, at different places, right? So whenever they feel like they are being attacked by the enemies, they would just send smoke signals to one another. So this is how they communicate to each and other in a long distance. So you can see it is written over here: to alert about the impending attack of the enemies. Means impending means that something is about to happen, right? Right. So if if someone of them if any of the soldiers have seen and they have any idea that the enemy might attack, so they would just alert the soldiers in another station that they are attacking, so they should be alert about that. So they just have to send a smoke signal. Whenever they see the smoke signal, they are ready, they are alert, they are you can say they are positioned over there to just save themselves. So next is pigeons. Yes, pigeons. Pigeon is also great, you can say a great way up a path. You can say it, that it was used for the communicating purpose. Nowadays we can just say that these pigeons, this is all about movies and this and that. We have seen in movies that pigeons are used for communication, but it was actually that this concept was actually used. The pigeon concept was actually used for communication purpose, right? So why were these pigeons used? How they were used? Because they have their homing capability. Homing capabilities actually means that if uh, they are left, okay, they are free of their cages, so they can come back again to to their home. Okay, and that means if I have a pigeon and it is with me, and it has at my home for years, so it knows that uh, where he it actually live. So whenever I will free it, it will come back to me. Okay, it has a home because these have the homing capability. These are trained, right? So how they are, how they have the homing capability, how they were used to send the message. What happened is that these pigeon are uh, these are caged and sent to the destination wherever, sorry, they are sent to the source, right? When they are sent to the source, they are given the message, and they just from that source, and they will come back to their home with that message. So this is how these pigeons were used. And one of the pigeons named as Sherami, you can see it is written over here, Cherami. Okay, this means share army. This pigeon have was awarded for its performance during the military wars, right? So this is how the pigeons were used. Student, are you listening to me? Is my voice clear or not?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay, fine. So next you have, see, there are many more steps between in this communication. I've just picked some of them. So one of them is electrical telegraph. You have all heard about this telegraph. This is used for human to human transmission, right? Now, in this, a telegraph, you can see in this picture, it is used. It was introduced by Samuel Morse, right? So therefore, the code used for this telegraph is known as the Morse code, right? So you can see a key in this image. This key is pressed, and as this key is released, a certain letter is written at the next, in the receiver side. So these code were in the form of lines or dots, just as we write the alphabets A, B, C. So there, in that time, these alphabets were represented in dots and line. So this was one of the long distance, a revolution, communication technology at that time. So this is how the messages were communicated through the electrical telegraph through the Morse code. You all know about mails, right? So mails were used in which your messages, your letter is enclosed in kind of envelope with the address, and it is sent to the destination through a human. So rather than this, messages could be sent through humans, but it would not be secure. So that is why it is enclosed in the envelope, and you know with the address. If it is open, it means it has been read by someone else. So this was the proper way to enclose it in the envelopes and send it to the destination. Okay, so that anything that is confidential, that is between the source and destination, that is between sender and receiver, that would remain confidential. It should be secure till it reaches the destination. You all know newspaper is also one of the means of communication through which we get to know the information about all the world. You can see the word news, what actually it means. Do you know what the word news mean? Any of you knows what the word news mean? NEWS. No one knows. Okay, this news actually means north, east, west, and south, right? That is why we call it newspaper, or we hear the news on the television. We say news bulletins and all. So this news actually means north, east, west, and south. So this, why it is called news? Because we are getting the information of the all four poles of the earth, of the globe, that is north, east, west, south. That is why it is known as a news, or newspaper, you can say. So this is one of the greatest form of communication. Then you have telephone, which was introduced by Alexander Graham Bell. It was a very, a very inspiring, a very interesting thing at the beginning. It was something that was that type of voice communication between the source and destination, right? You can just hear one another to this telephone. It was introduced by Alexander Graham Bell. That is why whenever a bell rings, we say that bell is ringing. So it is from influence from the name Alexander Graham Bell, right? Then you have radio. Radio is for broadcasting. You people have hear about it. It is you see FM radio. You have heard about it. It's all about radio transmission. It is kind of broadcasting. Okay, so next you have television, right? Television is also a form of communication, uh, in which you can see through the images. Okay. uh, First it was used as monochrome, monochrome in images, because monochrome means the black and white. Okay, no, not other colors. Then you had it with colored one. You have images and you have voice also through the television. This is how through the television your data, your communication is handled. Yes, of course. Now you have cell phones, which was a major, form of communication. How it works and how we communicate through this, we will learn in our coming classes. Uh, these cell phones were in their different, in their different, you can say, generations, you can say, just like the generation of your cellular system, you have cell phones have also changed, um, era by era. There have been changes in your cell phones that will be learned in your coming classes. Then of course your internet, that all work with the internet protocols. Okay, this is the major part of your communication. So these were all the part of the history of communication. We will be learning about the actual, what is communication and why how it is done. This will be you will be learning this in your other courses also. In this we will learn about the wireless network. So your time is